Joining us from Augusta tonight, new CENTER Maine political analyst, Republican political strategist Garrett and Democratic political strategist Betsy. Thank you both for being here.
Wish you were here.
It always seems to come down to nights like this. The governor is saying she will not be granting an extension. What's the vibe been, Betsy?
It's very intense here. There's a lot of work to be done still. They're getting through it. But the biggest thing that's left is the budget, the supplemental budget. That is state government forever. So that is just started to be debated right now in the House and will be debated in the Senate. And if they're not in agreement, which it looks like there might be some disagreements, then it's going to have to go back and forth. And it all has to happen before the stroke of midnight.
Yeah, and Garrett, what are the biggest sticking points there with that supplemental budget?
I think a lot of it has to do with it's not just Republicans and Democrats disagreeing with each other. It's a very unique coalition of people that is pulling the budget together. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of things. There's funding for the storms that happened over the winter, lots of storms. There's obviously the gun debate gets injected here and there. There's a lot of things on the table. There's nursing homes. There's
mental health.
Yeah, there's $1.3 billion worth of past bills on the appropriations table that members are angling for. So there's a lot of extenuating factors on what's happening, and it's not a DNR thing. It's very much a mixed bag.
Absolutely. You mentioned the gun bills there. A number of last-minute votes happening in these final hours, including the 72-hour waiting period for gun sales. It barely passed, though, right, Betsy?
Yeah, it was a 2-vote margin in the House and a 1-vote margin in the Senate, but it did pass. It will now go to the governor's desk. And just to remind people, this is people having to wait 72 hours to purchase a firearm. It's really aimed at suicide prevention and homicides when people are in a rage.
But Garrett, obviously that closeness of those votes shows that this is not a bipartisan issue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a similar bill that was passed last year that the governor vetoed. There was a lot of debate on the floor about, originally about the Lewiston shooting. Now it seems the debate has shifted towards suicide prevention. We'll see what the governor does with it, but that vote, that very close vote has been reflected in almost everything. There's been 70 to 73, 69 to 74. There's been very close. And, there's a couple of absences. People haven't showed up. There's also, we've had some resignations. So the numbers are in constant flux. And, especially in the House, it can matter if you're out taking a quick water break, that could be the difference between something passing and failing. So, majorities don't mean much right now. It's definitely a coalition of Republicans and Democrats that are passing bills back and forth.
Absolutely. Quick responses to these next couple of questions. What's been the biggest political victory in these final hours, Betsy?
Sure. Gun legislation, gun safety legislation for all the people of Maine.
Garrett?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one. I think on the Republican side, they would say that there wasn't too many wins for them. But I think that the budget tonight will reflect a lot of different priorities. There are some Republican priorities in there. I think the storm funding that we just mentioned is probably among the biggest of them. Republicans definitely want to see that money go out fast. So I think that would be a big win for them tonight as well.
All right, Betsy, Garrett Mason at Augusta tonight. Thank you so much.